Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 28th of October 2022. Essence. Sweet children, the Father, the innocent Lord, is the only one who fills your aprons with jewels of knowledge. He alone is the seed of the Kalpa tree. He cannot be compared to anyone else. Question. How and why do many children try to deceive the Father? Answer. Because of not recognizing the Father accurately. They make mistakes and then hide them. They don't tell Baba the truth. They secretly sit in the gathering. They don't realize that Dharamraj Baba knows everything. To tell the true Baba the truth is also a way to reduce punishment. Song. No one is unique like the innocent Lord. Om Shanti. You children have understood that Shiva is always called the innocent Lord. Shiva, the innocent treasurer. Shankar cannot be called the innocent Lord, nor can anyone else be called the ocean of knowledge. The Father says, I alone come and give you children knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end. So, there is only the one who is the ocean of knowledge. It is neither Shankar nor Avyakt Brahma. Avyakt Brahma resides in the subtle region. Many are confused about why Dada is called God Brahma. However, even Avyakt Brahma cannot be called God. The Father now explains, I alone am your Parlokik Father. Parlok brackets the world beyond is neither heaven nor hell. Parlok, where souls reside, is a land that is completely beyond everything. Why the one is called the Supremely Beloved, Parlokik Supreme Soul, is because he resides in Parlok. When people on the path of devotion pray to God, they definitely raise their eyes. The Father explains, I am the seed of the whole Kalpa tree. No one apart from Shiva can be called the Creator. He alone is the Creator and all the rest are His creation. It is the Creator who gives the inheritance to His creation. Everyone says that God or Khuda created them. So, everyone would call that God the Father. They would not call Gandhi the Father. The unlimited Father, the Creator, is only the one. He himself explains, I am your Parlokik Supreme Father. All souls are the same. They are neither smaller nor larger. They are the sun of knowledge, the moon of knowledge, and the stars of knowledge. There is a difference between the sizes of the physical sun and moon, but the size of all souls is the same. Baba says, I am no bigger in size, but because I reside in the Supreme Abode, I am called the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Soul has all the knowledge. He says, just as I am bodiless, in the same way you souls are also bodiless and reside in the Supreme Abode for a short while. However, you stay on the stage for a longer time. Just as you souls are like stars, I too am the same. If I were any bigger, I wouldn't fit in this body. Just as all souls come here to play their parts, I too come in the same way. Baba's part begins when the part of devotion begins. He doesn't have a part in the golden or silver age. He himself has now come to give us our full inheritance. He raises up he raises us up a few steps even higher than himself. He makes us into the masters of both Brahmand and the world. It is the duty of every father to make his children worthy. Parents serve their children so much. When parents have 7 children and some become doctors, engineers, lawyers, etc., the parents can't contain their happiness. People would praise the father for how he had his children educated and made them worthy. However, not all can be the same. Some become the one thing and others become something else. Baba says, I make you so worthy. Look what that Baba is like. He doesn't have a physical name or form. He enters the body of someone else and teaches us. This study place exists identically as it did in the previous cycle. Therefore, the God of the Gita definitely created the Gita Patsala where he fed everyone the grass of knowledge, the nectar of knowledge. Some speak of the cowshade of Krishna, others speak of the cowshade of Brahma. However, it is just because Shiv Baba doesn't have a body that they have mixed him up with Brahma. There is no need for Krishna to graze cows. Krishna is not called the purifier. Gandhiji would take up the Gita or chant the names of Sita Rama because he believed that God was a Rama, Krishna, and in the fish and the alligator, etc. Previously, we used to think in the same way. The locks on our intellects too were closed. The Father has now come and awakened us. He removes everyone from the graveyard and takes everyone back like mosquitoes. They then gradually come down at their own time. The Father explains, remember me alone. Even students remember their father and teacher. The Father is teaching you. He is also your Guru. There is the force of all three. In spite of that, you forget such a father. There are some children who call themselves full caste but who don't remember the father for even 5 minutes. This is why it is said, O Maya, I open the locks of the children and you then lock them again. If you indulge in vice even slightly, the locks on your intellects become locked. Nevertheless, telling the truth does reduce your punishment. If you voluntarily confess to the judge, the punishment will be reduced. Baba does the same thing. If someone does something bad and hides it, there is severe punishment for that. Therefore, you must not hide anything from Dharamraj. There are many who indulge in vice and then come secretly and sit in the gathering. However, can they hide anything from Dharamraj? When they don't have faith, they try to deceive such a father. They may deceive the corporeal one, but incorporeal Baba knows everything. He is the one who is giving you teachings through this body. Many people ask you how God enters the body of Dada. He was a householder, he had children, etc. Why does God enter him? Why doesn't God enter the body of a sage or holy man? However, God has to purify the impure. He is making worshippers worthy of worship. This is like doing a somersault. Brahmins become deities, then warriors, merchants, and Sudras, etc. These clans are in Bharat. These clans don't exist anywhere else. I have now spoken for 15 minutes. if you can explain to the same way. Baba tells you everything directly. You would say that Shiv Baba explains in this way. Also explain to them that Shiva is distinct from Shankar. You have to explain this very clearly. This is giving Baba's introduction. The government has the book Who is Who printed. Similarly, Who is Who in the preordained drama. Who is who in the preordained drama? We would say that the highest on high is Shiv Baba, then Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, then Lakshmi and Narayan, then Rama and Sita, and then the founders of religions. The world continues to become old in this way. You deities go into the path of sin. The Father now comes and awakens you. He says, surrender everything to me and follow my directions. The directions he gives us are Srimad. Lakshmi and Narayan and Rama and Sita, whom people remember, went onto the path of sin. Who else could have Srimad? Who else could give Srimad? It is Baba who fulfills the desires of the devotees. Even though the devotional feelings of some are for fish or an alligator, etc. I fulfill their desires. They have taken this to mean that God is in fish and in alligator. Baba explains to you many secrets, but those who understand it are number wise, and so their status also becomes number wise. The deity kingdom, not religion, is being established. Religions are established by those of other religions. Shiv Baba makes you into the kings of kings through Brahma. The meaning of kings has been explained to you. The kings who indulge in vice worship you. Therefore, you receive such a high status. You very much enjoy the sweet things that Baba tells you, but as soon as you get up from here and drink tea, your intoxication decreases. By the time you reach your village, it has completely finished. Here it is as though you are sitting in Shiv Baba's home. There is a lot of difference there. When someone's husband goes abroad, she sheds tears. He doesn't give real happiness. This Baba gives you so much happiness. Therefore, when you have to leave him, you cry. Many say that they just want to stay here. So, where would your children go? They say, you children look after them. How many people's children would I look after? However, if you wait and explain, serviceable arrangements will be made for you children. In the beginning, there were very few, and so Baba looked after their children. However, there are now so many of their children, so look fast. Then, if one of them were lost, they would blame Baba for losing their child. The one who was appointed to look after children would also ask, why should I look after the karmic bondages of everyone else? Okay, just look after the one child, Shiva, and he will look after your children, but you must never divorce Baba. Many children have divorced Baba in this way. They are called incarnations of fools. Even if you sulk with some Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, you must live sulk with Shiv Baba. He has come to give you your fortune of the kingdom. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Babdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. First, surrender everything to have to the Father and follow Srimad fully. Do not perform any bad actions and then hide it. By telling the truth to the judge, your punishment will be reduced. Second, never sulk with the Father because become serviceable. You yourself have to cut your bondages of karma. Blessing. May you be constantly full of zeal and enthusiasm and celebrate every moment of the confluence age as a festival. May you be constantly full of zeal and enthusiasm and celebrate every moment of the confluence age as a festival. Any festival is celebrated to bring zeal and enthusiasm. The lives of you Brahmin children are lives full of enthusiasm. Just as there is life in this body when there is breath, in the same way, the breath of Brahmin life is zeal and enthusiasm. This is why every moment of the confluence age is a festival. However, the speed of your breathing has to be constant and normal. If your breathing becomes very fast or very slow, you would not be said to be a normal life. So, check whether the speed of zeal and enthusiasm of your Brahmin life is normal, that is, constant. Slogan. To remain full of the treasures of all powers is the specialty of being a Brahmin. To remain full of the treasures of all powers is the specialty of being a Brahmin. And invaluable versions of Mateswari. First, the time of God's predestined program of coming. People sing the song, O God of the Gita, come to fulfill your promise. Now, the God of the Gita has come himself to fulfill his promise of the previous cycle. And he says, O children, when there is extreme defamation of religion in Bharat, it is definitely at that time that I come to fulfill the promise I made. My comings does not mean that I come in every age. Defamation of religion does not take place in all ages. Defamation of religion only takes place in the Iron Age. Therefore, you have to understand that God comes at the time of the Iron Age. The Iron Age comes every cycle, and you have to understand that I come every cycle. There are 4 ages in a cycle. This is known as a kalpa. For half a cycle in the golden and silver ages, it is Satoguni and Sato Pradhan. There is no need for God to come then. Then, from the 3rd age, the copper age, it is the beginning of all other religions. At that time too, there isn't extreme defamation of religion. This shows that God does not come in those 3 ages. There remains the Iron Age, and extreme defamation of religion takes place at the end of this age. God comes at this time, destroys irreligiousness and establishes the religion of truth. If he had come in the Copper Age, then after the Copper Age there would have been the Golden Age. So, why is it the Iron Age now? It wouldn't be said that God came and established the extreme Iron Age. This cannot be the case, and this is why God says, I am the one and I only come once and to destroy irreligiousness and the Iron Age and establish the Golden Age. So, the time of my coming is the confluence age. Second, it is God who creates kismat brackets fortune and human beings who spoil their own kismat brackets fortune. When we know who it is that creates the fortune of human souls and who spoils their fortune, we would not say that it is God Himself who creates fortune and who also spoils our fortune. He is definitely God who creates our fortune and human beings themselves who spoil their fortune. How can this fortune be created and how did we fall down? All of this is explained when people know themselves and become pure, they then once again have the fortune created that they had spoiled. When we speak of the fortune that is spoiled, it shows that our fortune was created at some point and that it has now become spoiled. So, God Himself comes and makes our fortune that had been spoiled. Some say that God Himself is incorporeal, and they ask how can He create our fortune. It is explained as to how incorporeal God comes and through the physical body of Brahma gives imperishable knowledge, creates our fortune, which had been spoiled. It is God's duty to give us this knowledge. However, human beings cannot awaken the fortune of one another. It is God only, it is God alone who awakens everyone's fortune, and this is why the temples of His memorial is there for all time. Acha, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.